Welcome to the Revello Gear Room with special guest and Revello Adventure Trip co-leader and fishing guide, Keith Langston. Glad to have you in the gear room.
Thanks for inviting me.
We have done a 10 essential items for every backpacking trip. If you're interested in that, check out that video. Link is below. This video is all about the 5 non-essential but really awesome gear to take on your backpacking trip. And we just want to share with you what we have in our backpacks that, again, it's not necessary, but it's really comfortable or safe or kind of bougie luxury.
Just a little bit of fun.
Yeah, just a little bit of fun. So, Keith, what you got for your first item?
Okay, so my first item is going to be my water filter. So this is a Sawyer water filter that comes with this plastic bag, and you just dip this into the river or into the lake, fill the bag up with water. You attach the filter to the bottom of the bag like this, and then squeeze the water through the filter into your Nalgene or your pot or whatever. Just makes filtering your water really simple and convenient. You can do it on the fly. You could actually just fill the bag and hang it in a tree, and then come back later and you got water ready there to go. So I think that's a nice, convenient way to get your fresh water.
Yeah, Sawyer filter, super awesome. And this is a non-essential luxury because in your essential item, you're gonna boil the water that you're gonna use to cook and
Correct.
to drink. So if you weren't just taking a jet boil or a cook pot and stove to boil your drinking water, this would be what you would take. And in fact, you do take
Yes.
on every trip. Great idea. Okay, so my first is going to be the Crazy Creek camp chair. I absolutely love the fact that I get a little cushion, a little insulation. I can sit around the campfire on logs, on rocks, on the dirt, and get some rest, not only for my haunches, but for my back. This high back Crazy Creek long camp chair is super comfortable. It has reinforced stays in the bottom and on the side, and it rolls up really nicely so that I can attach it to the top or the bottom of my backpack. I just find after a long day of hiking or even a long day of canoeing, it's nice to have the back support and the butt support of a camp chair. I do not like the other camp chairs because they sink into the ground, they tip over easily, and this has just been my go-to for a long time. And on the Revello Voyager canoe expedition 9-day trip, I use this as my canoe seat as well, which provides back support on that trip. So I love the Crazy Creek, not necessary, not essential, but a certainly nice luxury item to have on any adventure trip.
Yeah, it's certainly good. You get a little rock to it as well, and it's relaxing. It's a great item.
And if for some reason I need a little bit of insulation, taking a nap during the day, or someone else needs a little insulation because their sleeping pad broke, popped, whatever, this also doubles as not a great R value insulation layer, but it does, you know, lay flat and provide a little bit of protection from the ground.
Certainly better than nothing.
Certainly better than nothing. All right, what you got for your second non-essential but really awesome backpacking item?
Okay, so this one is really just a convenience. This is the FlexTail 1.0 inflating device that you use to inflate your sleeping pad. I absolutely hate blowing up the sleeping pad. Number one, it takes forever. Number two, you always get lightheaded. Number three, it's gross. I'm sure that the inside of the sleeping pad is full of disgusting bacteria. So this little device, which weighs virtually nothing, comes with a couple of adapters, one to blow up and inflate the sleeping pad, one to deflate the sleeping pad, and it just has a little button on here that you push and it blows air, blows your bag up Matter of fact, I used it. You can just attach the FlexTail to your bag, to your pad, let it go, and then you can go walk away and do something else. Come back 3 or 4 minutes later, and your pad's all blown up and ready to go.
Absolutely amazing, amazing little piece of gear. It's something that I reviewed in my camping gear and gadgets video, and I take one every trip. I will never go on an adventure trip without that again.
No, it's absolutely great.
Fantastic. Okay,
So that's my second.
my second one is going to be my Giver camp gloves. I'm kind of glad I'm going with you because so far I feel like I'm losing a little bit on the luxury items, but some might think this is clothing. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the kind of the tool category because I just think these are so absolutely helpful for processing wood, for doing, bushcraft skills, and for dealing with hot cook pots on the fire, and to keep you warm on a cold morning or a cold night. These are Giver gloves. Giver is a great company in Jackson, Wyoming. They make really, really nice gloves. They have unlined.
Are those the insulated or?
Yeah, these are the lined insulated ones, which are nice. I also have a pair that are non-insulated that I take on the scout trip when it's not quite as cold. But actually this year I had these on the scout trip because it was cold. Yeah, absolutely great. These are the best pair of work gloves that I have ever had, and they go on every single adventure trip with me.
Those are great gloves. I have a pair too.
All right, what do you got next? What's your third item?
My third item is going to be just a bundle of paracord.
Paracord. And what are you going to use paracord for?
I'm going to use paracord for almost anything. I can use paracord to make a ridge line for a tarp. I can use paracord to tie off a tarp for my hammock. I could use paracord as a stringer for my fish. Paracord can be used for a lot of different things on a camping trip and backpacking trip. Matter of fact, I even use it to tie 3 different loops around my sleeping bag at the bottom of my backpack and shrink my sleeping bag so I can get a little bit more volume in my backpack. Because if I tie 3 loops around it with the paracord, I can compact it even more.
Nice.
So it has a lot of different uses, and you can actually take the paracord apart and use the internal strands of the paracord for certain things. You could make, if you were in a survival situation, you could even make a fishing net out of that if you had to.
Very cool.
So
great idea.
That's my
great idea. I'm going to go with a fire kit, and in my fire kit, very, very simple. I have 2 things. I have these Blackbeard fire plug fire starters. They burn for between 6 and 7 minutes. Let's call it 8. And I also carry a Bic lighter, and then I can use this tin can with a hole in it to make char cloth, which I also will carry in this. I'll also carry some jute in here to serve as small fire starting kindling. I just used it all at the Scout Adventure trip to teach in Fire Day, so I don't have that in here right now. But I find that this little fire kit has come in super handy on several occasions when it's either been snowing or raining, or it has been raining for the several previous days that all the wood is really wet. And I really like using these Blackbeard fire plugs to get the fire started, particularly for that cold morning first cup of coffee. You gotta heat that water up. And not just for me, but when everybody starts waking up, it's nice to be able to serve people hot coffee right out of their tents and tarps and hammocks. All right, what's your fourth non-essential?
Non-essential. My fourth non-essential item is this Biolite battery pack, which you can buy at REI. I purchased this one at REI through a Ravello affiliate link.
Thank you.
And so this one is a little bigger and heavier than maybe one that some people would take. I like this one because it works for the 9-day trips that we go on. This one is 25,000 milliamps. If you turn your phone on airplane mode, which you might as well do because there's no service and no signal out there, and you just want to use your phone to take pictures, maybe listen to an audio book while you're taking a nap or some music or something like that. This will charge your iPhone about 7 or 8 times.
Wow.
And so that's way more than you need. It's enough for multiple people. It has a magnetic charger here on the top. You see that round thing, so you can charge that. You can also, you see here, it has 2 USB charger ports. That's the input to charge this device, and then one USB-C ports, and then one regular USB port. So you can charge up to 4 things at a time if you needed to. So if I needed to charge my phone and your phone at the same time, we could charge them both.
Which has happened on multiple occasions.
Right.
I'm really glad you have that with you on our trips.
Yeah, so it's a great device. It does not come with any way to recharge it. I had a previous one that allegedly charged with solar power. It didn't work great. And so I just bought this one. It's, like I said, heavier and bigger than the prior one I had, but I think this one works better.
Awesome. I'm really glad that you have that. There are some that are smaller and lighter weight that don't have as much of a charge to it that you could get away with for sure. But a battery charger, what do you call that? But a battery pack to charge your electronics is a really good thing to take into the backcountry. And it can help you stay safe.
It can, and the reason it can help you stay safe
is because my next item is the ZOLEO Messenger. And this does pair with my cell phone. So I will need you to bring this. But I find that this fully charged lasts about 12 to 14 days of regular use. But I really like the ZOLEO Messenger app, and the way that we use this on the Revello adventure trips is all of the spouses or emergency contacts of the participants download this app, and almost every day I do a check-in message to let everybody know that we're okay. It also has a GPS locator, so they also know where we are. And the kids of the guys on the trips really like that, and I've had several kids that'll actually look up on GPS where we're located, and they think that's really cool to track where we're going. So super helpful in case of emergency contact, something unforeseeable, happening at home or unfortunately happening in the backcountry. We're able to contact people to let them know that we're safe or that this is what's going on. And it does have an SOS button, which will immediately contact all of the emergency services in the area, as well as a national, global emergency service network. And if you want to find out more about the ZOLEO, I've got a whole video review on that. You can check that out, and I'll leave the link below. But I never leave home without the ZOLEO for safety and for peace of mind, particularly for family and loved ones that are encouraging us and supporting us going out for so long.
Yeah, it's a great way to keep in contact and for safety reasons. I mean, we're in a location where nobody can contact us in any other way. And if we got hurt or somebody got hurt on the trip, broken ankle or whatever, we need to be able to contact somebody to get us out. It also gets us the weather, right?
It does get us the weather. That's exactly right.
Yeah, so we can see the forecast, if it's going to rain or it's a bad storm or something, we need to hunker down. It's a good way to make sure that you're out of the weather.
Yep. And when I did my 9-day solo last year in the Boundary Waters, I even texted you a couple of times.
That's right.
And was grateful that you wanted to know how I was doing and wanted me to check in and make sure that I was safe, because I was out there alone at a time of year where there was a lot of wildlife and in a place that was really remote and nobody else was. I didn't see people for 8 days.
Yeah, and I would say that if you're going on a solo trip, that goes from the 5 into the 10 essentials, and you have to take something like that with you.
Agreed.
On a solo trip.
Agreed. Yeah. All right, last one. What do you got?
Last one. My last one is fun.
Let's go.
And this is a fly fishing rod. So this is an Orvis Clearwater setup with a rod and reel. You can get a similar type rod and reel on Amazon for $100, I think. But this is a great little setup. so that you could fish. This is a 9-foot 6-weight rod. I carry an 8.5-foot 6-weight rod, so you don't need anything too big in the Wyoming rivers, but you also don't want to take anything too small. The rivers, can get 50 to 60 yards wide in certain places. So I think this is a great thing to take on a trip. Fits in the side of your backpack easily, and it's a good way to get food and a good way to have a great time. So I hope everybody is excited about the upcoming Explorer trip and learning how to fly fish if you don't already know.
Yeah, and as our fly fishing guide and instructor, Keith guarantees if you come on the Explorer Adventure trip, you will catch, smoke, and eat a fish, a trout. And I've seen him back that up every single year. It's a lot of fun. Links are below.
So that's my number 5.
All right, my number 5 is going to be the brand new DJI Action 6 camera. This is absolutely outstanding. I have been taking a GoPro on every adventure trip for many, many years, and you can check on the playlist of adventure trip highlights on this channel all of the highlight videos of the Revelo Scout, Revelo Explorer, and Revelo Voyager adventure trips. All of those have been done with a GoPro. This is a GoPro 12, which I use on every single trip. And I just got the DJI Action 6, and I've only used it on one adventure trip so far. So I'm not gonna recommend it over the GoPro yet, because I wanna test it out on at least one more trip. And so this summer, look for my comparison between the DJI Action 6 camera and the GoPro Hero 12 camera. I do not like the GoPro 13. I'm a GoPro Hero person, so I like the 12, which is the last model before they change over to the 13, which I do not like. So I take a waterproof, lightweight action camera on every single trip.
And why would you take a waterproof one?
Well, for a couple of reasons. One, because it rains. Two, because we're around water a lot, either fly fishing in Wyoming or paddling and portaging in Minnesota. And also we go swimming a lot, and I like to get some underwater shots, either of us swimming or, of you pulling in that big rainbow trout.
Sometimes people tip canoes over.
Sometimes, but never on our trip. Thank goodness, never on our trip yet. But yeah, it's they're just really, really great cameras. But I'm gonna let you know what I think about the DJI Action 6, but definitely a thumbs up so far for multiple years of use on the GoPro.
And I don't do a lot of pictures and videos on the trips, but I appreciate the fact that Matt records all of our adventures, and I enjoy watching them back when we get home.
All right, so these are our 5 non-essential but really awesome items to take on your next backpacking trip. Really want to encourage you to check out the other video of the 10 essential items to take on your backpacking trip. And between these 2 videos, hopefully you get some new ideas, you see some gear that maybe you want to purchase and add to your backpack. And I really would appreciate if you would use the affiliate links below at no additional cost to you, but your purchase through the Revelo affiliate links does help support this channel and provide scholarships for participants to go on these adventure trips who otherwise wouldn't be able to come. Thanks, Keith, for joining me in the Revelo Gear Room. It's awesome to have you on board as a fellow guide and as our fishing guide and instructor.
Look forward to seeing everybody
and
in August.
Yeah, hopefully you can check out one of the Revelo upcoming adventure trips, Explorer in August, Voyager in September, and then we're gonna do the Scout adventure trip, 4 days of primitive survival skills, shelter, fire, water, food, next January. And hopefully next year in 2027, we will have 2 Scout adventure trips. And so remember, don't just buy great outdoor gear and clothing, get out there and use it, and come with us.